Welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel where I talk about casino affiliate marketing and SEO and a lot of other stuff. In this video, I'm going to talk about what we can expect to see from casino affiliate marketing in the next year, in 2025. I was supposed to make this video a while ago, but I have been kind of trying to talk to different people in the industry and also trying to do my own research on what I think is going to happen in this industry next year. Keep in mind that everything I'm talking about in this video is theoretical and it's also somewhat subjective. So it's always good that if you go to YouTube and you listen to someone like me talk about something, it's always good to try to get a bunch of different viewpoints instead of just like blindly listening to one person. I'm going to talk about everything that I think about and someone else is going to talk about their own opinion. So I think that is very important because when I was doing my research for this video, I saw videos about SEO being the most dead thing in the world, that it's not going to exist anymore, that AI is going to take over everything. Then I find other people of really intelligent people that are talking about the possibilities of SEO in 2025. And you know, the views are very scattered across everywhere. So try to absorb as much information as you can everywhere and try to form your own opinion about stuff, because I think that is very important, especially going into the content in this video. And also when I mentioned that this is very theoretical, in this industry, what I've noticed from being in this industry for 8 years is that everything is moving very slowly. And a good example of this is that the casino affiliate industry still heavily relies on Skype as means of communication. And that kind of tells you a bit on how slow this industry is on adapting to new things. So even if everything I'm talking about in this video is something that I believe in, I don't think that it's going to happen as quickly and as fast as we think, especially when it comes to user behavior, because visitors and customers for online casinos are very used to behaving in a certain way. And I don't think that that is going to change as quickly as a lot of the other market predictions that we have. So that is good to keep in mind going into this video. I like to be informational. I like to create a PowerPoint presentations like I've done for this video. And I like to just basically talk about the things that I've written in this presentation. So with that being said, let's go inside of the PowerPoint presentation and just listen to me talk for 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes, depending on how long this video is going to get. So yeah, I hope you like it and I hope that you will stick around to the end of this video. And I hope you learn something new. So here we have it in blue text this time. I don't really know why, but that looks pretty nice. Maybe not, but who cares? So like I mentioned before, this slide is pretty redundant because I'm going to talk about anticipated trends in the casino affiliate market. And I focus on comparison websites and I focus on SEO. So that is the standpoint that I'm going to have explaining the things in this video. And I created this video both to help you create some strategies for 2025 and also maybe to help you know what to expect going into this industry, or if you're already in this industry. And like we've seen every year, there's going to be a rapid growth of the global iGaming market. And this is not something that is subjective to me. This is something that is very clear. And this is something that has been happening every year since I started. There's going to be more casinos promoting online. There's going to be more players playing online. There's going to be new regions opening up for legal frameworks. And there's going to be new licenses. And there's going to be new markets. And there's going to be more opportunities and possibilities for us as casino affiliate marketers. And I have proof for this. And when I have proof, I always go to Statistica. And where is it? So when you see here, when I got started in 2017, the industry were at $30 billion. Now we are at almost $100 billion. And next year prediction is going to be $107 million. Obviously, we have to account for inflation here, I guess. But we see here that the steady growth has been almost like, I mean, some years it has been over 10%. Can I get away with this one? Yeah, so you see this is over 10%. Here we have way over 10%. Here's like 20%. Here we have also 20% growth. Here, I cannot really do math, but this is also 20%. So you see here, the growth has been exponential since I started. And obviously, I mean, people can say whatever they want. I think that this industry is here to stay. And I think that this is a very powerful industry to be in if you want to make money. So yeah, what should we do about this? Something that I usually talk about is if someone wants to do this for real, they have to kind of take a step back and they have to see the bigger picture of things. You cannot just put your mind at one market. You cannot put your mind at one strategy. You have to basically learn as much as you can about the industry and kind of get into the mindset of understanding the whole industry. Obviously, we don't have to operate in every market that exists, but it's very good to be mindful of the different markets and see where the industry is moving towards. So that is something I talk a lot about with my own students, like if they want to get started in this industry, what approach should they use and what market should they get started in. So by learning about all of these things and kind of being up to date with this, I think that is very important. I could give you a suggestion, and that would be to subscribe to the gwpa.org newsletter, because they are sending out news about the casino affiliate market like very often. I don't know how often, but they have really insightful news about the industry, and that is one of the only newsletters I think that I have, because they have been delivering quality week after week since I started. And they also have an amazing forum that you can go to and read up a lot about the whole industry. Obviously, myself, I'm very bullish at this market. When I got started in 2017, I thought that this is going to be a side gig for me, and all of a sudden, this is my main income, and this has been securing my own financial freedom for quite some time. So I'm very happy that I found this industry, even though I'm not a gambler myself. And also, operators increased reliability on quality affiliate marketers, because as the industry is growing so fast and as so many new people want to get into this industry, I feel like people are cutting corners a lot when it comes to becoming the casino affiliates for the casinos. And I think that the casinos are picking up pretty quickly on this, because I use this term a lot when I got started, but I feel like when I got started, there were already a lot of casino affiliate marketers, but I felt like people were more ready to actually put in the work compared to today, when I think the operators have to battle with a lot of affiliate marketers that kind of just want to jump into the industry, and they want to push very cheap traffic to the operators and just hope to make money. And I think that this is something that operators are going to work against a bit. They don't want bad quality traffic coming to their affiliate programs. They want strong quality traffic. And I think, to be honest, that they are rejecting more and more affiliates working with them. I hear about more and more people getting rejected from working with the operators. I think this is a mix between regulations getting a bit stricter, and also, like I said before, that the casinos don't want to work with bad quality traffic. And what is quality traffic? In my own humble opinion, I think that quality traffic is the traffic where the player or the users are deliberately looking up the information about a casino that they want to play on. Because if people are using display ads and basically just spam information in front of people's faces, and they somehow manage to get a player through that type of marketing, the quality is not going to be as high as if this person found the information willingly. For example, if they go to Google and they find a comparison website and they take an informed decision to make a deposit at the casino, this is the traffic that the operators want. So if you can show an operator that you have, it's enough having the intention of sending quality traffic, then I can almost guarantee you that you're not going to get rejected working with an online casino. So being able to offer quality traffic to operators, I think that is something that we have to work on really hard in 2025. And this is also true because if we are one of the people that can send quality traffic to casino, we are in a position where we can negotiate the deals higher with the operators. So that is something that is good to keep in mind, that you can not just jump into this industry and use whatever means you can to send traffic to an operator, because they just not going to want that traffic. And I see that in a lot of people that are trying to create shortcuts when it comes to sending traffic to casinos, trying to find these hacks of kind of fooling people into making deposits at casinos. And for me, that's not at all a long-term strategy. I want to be able to be a reliable source of information where I can send quality traffic over a long period of time to online casinos. So obviously that is also subjective. If people want to try different approaches, that is fine. But for me, I'm trying to stick with a very high quality approach. And I'm going to continue doing that next year also. And that also ties into the demand for unbiased comparison between casinos. Because if someone has decided that they want to find a casino online to play at, they want to be able to make an informed decisions. And people are making informed decisions based on unbiased opinions. And at least that's what we're trying to persuade when we create our comparison websites, where we compare different casinos, the strength and the weaknesses between the online casinos, so that people can take an informed decision and hopefully also use our service in the future, because the more we can help people, the more returning customers we're going to have. And that is also one of the strengths with going with a more quality approach. So what we need to do here is that we need to be able to show our visitors that once they come to our website, that they can trust our decisions. And this is not only good for the users, this is also a very good approach to use if we want to convince search engines and algorithms that we are the best source of information when it comes to comparing online casinos. And like I said in the beginning of the video, things are moving slow here, and that also comes to the user behavior of people that are looking for casinos. They are so used to going to these comparison websites. So even if they get marketed a casino on any other platforms, the trust and decision making, I think, is still going to be made on these comparison websites. So yeah, it's important to understand that people are taking a pretty big decision when they choose a casino to play at. And if we can be one of the people that ensures them that this casino is worthy of them to make a deposit at, I think we are in a very good spot. The growth of third world markets, this is obviously something that has been happening for a while, but I think that this is going to be even stronger next year. Countries such as Asia and Africa and Latin America has been strong for a while, but I think that Asia, that is a market that is very strong. Personally, I'm looking into Asia a lot, Southeast Asia. I think that is going to be a very interesting market. And I think this is due to the increase in mobile usage and internet access, stuff like that. And obviously, with all of these new markets that are coming out, the people that claim that this industry is too saturated, they can just maybe try to enter one of these markets that is not as saturated as the European markets that are usually way more saturated. So obviously what we can do here is that we can do our research, but I think that we shouldn't wait too long either. I think that the best approach when trying new things in this industry is just to do them. Just setting up a website, trying out the traffic, see what works and see if it's working for you. And if it does, you can just double down on it. And if it doesn't, try a new market. And that is how we evolve as casino affiliate marketers all the time, to just like do stuff a lot and also try stuff a lot. That is what I'm doing personally. So I'm very excited about next year and the markets that are coming. So let's have a look at the next slide here. Search alternatives and Google's antitrust trial. And this is very interesting. I think that I'm not going to talk about it too much, but you can go and have a look at this antitrust trial, because this basically means that other search engines are challenging Google's dominance, and they're basically asking Google to share its data with competitors. And this could be a really good thing, because this will allow new search engines to emerge and also innovate more rapidly. And obviously, if we are using SEO, which is search engine optimization, it's not only Google optimization. We want to be able to optimize for any type of search engine. And if there are more search engines, we can optimize for more of them, and we can drive even more traffic to our websites. So I think that this could be very interesting. Like I said before, I think that nothing is going to move fast at all. I think that this is something that is just going to maybe move a bit forward next year. I don't think it's going to change significantly, but I think this is very interesting. I found an article at Search Engine Land that I'm going to show you, where I read a bit about this. And I found this point here that I felt make a lot of sense. And if Google's data is going to be available for people, that means that we're going to get better access to the algorithms, which means that we're going to be able to optimize even better. So I think that this is very exciting, but I think it's going to take quite some time before we see any real results from this. So this is something we have to look forward to see what happens. Obviously, we have AI as an assistant that we use for everything. But one thing that we have to keep in mind is that when people take informed business decisions, without knowing how AI reached the conclusions, people are going to be left with results that they cannot really fully trust. So we can put it on a scale of how much we really need to trust the information that we're getting. So for example, if you use AI as a source of information, when we ask them something that is not really going to impact us that much, for example, we ask them about a recipe of something, obviously, they're going to collect the information that they think that we need, but I think that people still are very hesitant in using AI for very big decisions, such as finding a trustworthy casino online, because people want to have that decision made for them by someone that they can trust. And I'm not saying that this is not going to happen in the future, but I think that this is also something that is going to take a long time for people's user behavior to kind of shift into trusting AI 100% when it comes to decision that affects their financial situation, such as, making a deposit at a casino. Personally, I'm using AI a lot, but I'm not using it for everything. AI is very good at certain things, but it's still lacking a lot in certain other things. Let's see what happens with AI next year. I don't think it's going to impact us as fast as people think. EAT and the push for originality. And I added this because I know how hard it is for Google currently to fight the battle of original content. And there has been leaked documents suggesting that Google may rank content based on original content score. And I think this is used in order to combat all of the very spammy and very duplicated AI content that is frequently getting put online. So one of the biggest SEO agencies that I admire is called Go Fish, and they have an article about original content score and original authors. Obviously, this is too much to read, but mainly what they're talking about here is that Google is trying to find the original source of content and going to try to give credit to that original source. So by working as much as we can on our EAT and by creating original and valuable content, this content is going to get credited so much when it's getting curated by AI engines and other people. I didn't read all of it because there's a lot of information here. But yeah, these guys are way smarter than me. And based on the information I read already, I feel like this original content score is going to change the playing field a lot also once it gets pushed out in algorithm updates. So really focus on your authors and create a strong author profile. Try to implement the expertise, the experience, authoritiveness, and trustworthiness into your content. And when I'm talking about this, I'm not necessarily talking about doing it for the sake of the users. I'm talking about this in order to optimize for the search engines. So a good tip for you could be to try to avoid all of these shortcuts when it comes to creating content for people and try to push original content, because I think that this is going to pay off in the end. The user versus the keywords. Obviously, we have a semantic shift when it comes to how Google is, reading the content on our websites. And I think this is going to change even more. It is very important to have a strong keyword strategy, but I feel like it is not the most important things. People no longer search with short phrases. People are using a lot more long-tail keywords or complete questions when they are making their queries when they are going to Google. So all of these exact match things and exact match keywords, I think that analyzing keywords this way is not going to be, the way we're going to do things in the future. I think we have to have the topical authority mindset that when we are creating a website, we want to be able to include everything that there is to learn and there is to know about the things that we're talking about. And Google is smart enough to understand what your website is about without having to do all of these exact match keyword things that we've been doing in the past. So just by creating a really useful website for the purpose of the queries that people are searching for is going to be enough. And we don't have to deep dive as hard as we have been doing in the past when it comes to keywords. So, and we have one more slide here, and that is going to be about technical SEO. And I feel like that is going to matter more and more, especially when so many people are having problems with indexing. And I'm also one of these people that have had problems with indexing. And I understand from Google's own perspective that it's very hard with the amount of content that is daily getting published online to correctly index and crawl all of it. So we need a clean, clear navigation structure. We need to prioritize mobile first design. We need to improve our page speed, and we need to make it as easy as possible for Google to crawl and index our website. And taking all of the fancy technical terms aside, if we can just find a good theme that is created by good developers, that is regularly getting updated, we use a minimal design and we have a clear site structure, I think that is going to be enough. But I think that this is something to keep in mind going into next year, that we need to make it as easy as possible for Google to crawl our websites. Because if they are having problem indexing our website, it feels like all of the work that we've been putting in is going to basically be for nothing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions about anything I mentioned in this video, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you have any other questions to me, you can also book a call with me and we can talk. It's completely for free. There's also a link in the description. So yeah, I see you in the next video, hopefully. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.